Hi, I'm Emma from Deep Rooted Healing, and I am back to share some more amazing antique mall finds that I am really inspired by. So I thought it would be fun to show you. It's a super cozy, rainy day here in Wisconsin, and I am ready for some show and tell. So here we go. So, so fun. Okay, let me show you this handkerchief that I found to add to the collection. If you watched my previous video where I found a bunch of hankies, well, I went back and found this gorgeous, gorgeous one. Look at the detail on that. Oh, what? Looks very Art Deco to me. And if you can see, it's like this beautiful white stitching. I think it's so pretty. And this minty green. Oh, I love it. Love it. Okay, and then I found this hanky. Check out this color. Whoa. Oh, that's so delicious. I like those two together, actually. Like this. Those feel like friends. So we'll see what happens with those. Oh, it's so bright. Okay, then I found a few pieces of pottery. I found this cup that I love. Look at the texture. I love it. I love pottery, especially earthy, rustic pottery. So this came home with me. We'll see. I might use this it'll be in my studio for something. Pens, brushes, TBD. And then I found this bowl that's made out of stone. Like, it's made out of stone. I was like, what? Look at how gorgeous it is. It's super smooth. Oh, I think it's beautiful. I've never seen a stone bowl before. It's really neat. We'll see. I was gonna speculate on what I'll do with it, but I don't know. And then I found this paper bowl. It's made from paper and it's got that stitching in it. Isn't that cool? Such an interesting texture too, and totally different. I love vessels and bowls, and so that one, and look at the stitching on the inside. I think that's so cool, so neat. So I found those, and then I found a few books. So I found this little one. I love that handwriting. And it's called Questions on the Harmony of the Gospels. And I flipped it open and realized it's all just questions about the Bible, about different verses in the Bible. And some of the questions were really deep and made me sit in, I'm standing in the aisle of the antique mall. I'm like, oh, this is so compelling. I love that they're just questions. It's like opportunities to ponder parts of that very controversial book, meaningful book to a lot of people, very deep and spiritual book to a lot of people. But like, what is life eternal? Can anyone else give us rest? How can we live holy lives? How were they hidden? I don't know, it's got me, the questioner in me loves this. And I love that it says, look at that writing. You see that? It says from his sister there. That's my favorite part. So, and February 15th, 1882, one day before my birthday. I wasn't born in 1882, but I was born in 1982. Anyway, love it. So I found that, and then I found this book called Sung Under the Silver Umbrella. And look at that wonderful illustration, those happy birds and the clouds. And it's a book, it was written in 1935, and it says, the dedication says, to all children who love to dance and sing and play. I love that. And it's a book of poems for kids. And this is one that I love. It says, I was once a bottle of ink. Inky, dinky, thinky, inky, blacky, minky, bottle of ink. It goes through the whole alphabet with, I was like F. I was once a little fish. Fishy, wishy, squishy, fishy, in a dishy little fish. It's just fun and playful. So that was a great find. I'm gonna have fun flipping back through that, and I'm feeling like I want to gather words, just specific words to begin to play with, more just like I gather fabrics and different things. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I have this hunger to fill my inner well of words. So I'm gonna do that by going through some of these old books. And I thought even it would be fun to go back to the antique mall with the intention and assignment for myself to just look for words that pull at me, and then take my journal with me and write them down. I think I'm gonna do that. So that one, and then I found this cookbook, this women's cookbook. I love the color and the way that that is organized. Like it has the, if you can see it, it says like eggs, vegetables, salad in the little grooves. And I remember my mom has a cookbook like this. And I have a memory of flipping that open, like putting my little finger in there and opening it. So that was a neat memory to come back. And I just love that this is made for women, and I'm exploring my relationship to the women in my life, my female ancestors, those handkerchiefs and the aprons that I found that I shared last time. It's all connected. It's all weaving together somehow. So I might cut this up, like take the pages out and use them in mixed media work to explore some of these connections. We'll see. So that was a fun find. And then, okay, I'm gonna save the best for last. Okay, I found some more fabric. I found this, which I thought was really cute. That's gonna become something. I don't know why yet. I just thought it would actually be fun to put it on the back panel of a jean jacket like this, like a fill the back panel. I don't know. I'm really into tracing with thread right now too. I think it would be fun to just cut this out and make something with it, and then just trace around the flowers with thread and embroider it. We'll see. But that was a fun find. And then I found this cool tablecloth. Isn't that fun? And it's a full tablecloth. Open it so you can see it. Isn't that neat? I love it. It's so graphic and bold. I don't know if this may stay a tablecloth, or I might cut it up. I like these squares. I might cut that and make them into something. I love the color. And then, okay, grand finale. Get a load of these. So I see these across the room. I see the color first, and I was like, that's my color. So I walked over there, and there are these vintage little kid outfits. This is a dress. I'll hold it back so you can see the whole thing. Look at that sweet scallop detail where the buttons are. And then you can see the buttons are like that lovely mother of pearl, kind of iridescent, and it's so precious. And it's like this linen kind of, I think it's linen or something. It's amazing to me. And they were a matching set, so there's one for a little boy too. Here, I'll button it so you can see the shape of it. Or snap it. There we go. Look at this. Oh my God. Look at those tiny little shorts. And I love everything about it. The design of it, the color. Look at how the buttons snap the shorts on. Design is so great. And again, that wavy line. Oh, these might just stay as is, and I might just keep them in my collection as inspiration. Or I might carefully pick them apart and create something with them. I don't know. they're gonna stay as is for now. I just think there's something about their energy that really is speaking to me. So this has just been a really fun time of filling my creative well with inspiration and going to this antique mall for fun and just seeing what catches my eye, and then giving myself the permission to just look and touch, and with the prompt of just pure joy. And then I find some things that I bring home, a lot of things that I don't, but I just appreciate. And this is part of me that has always been there. I've enjoyed thrifting and antiquing for a long time, and it goes in waves for me. And I haven't had one of these kind of deep, like the deep momentum, where I'm just hungry for more of that infusion in a while. So that's feeling really good. And I know that, I mean, I already have these ideas for what I can make with these things, but I also just trust that by filling my creative well with the things that bring me joy, taking myself on these creative field trips in my community to just look and feel and touch and connect, is working its magic on me in the moment. And that's enough, because it feels good, it feels fun and energizing. But I also know from my own experience now that these things are going to ripple out into my art making, into my teaching, and the ways that I connect with other people. And that feels really good right now. So I wanted to share it with you. Is that all? I'm looking around. Yes, I think I showed you all my treasures for now. At some point I'll share a video, I think, of the projects that I'm starting to make with these materials. Maybe I'll just show you one little preview right now for fun. So I started a book here. It's like my fabric meditation books that I've made before. They're like, but this feels like a memory book, memory cloth book is what I'm calling it in this moment. So I took one of the tablecloths that I found that I shared in my last video, and I just cut 5 pieces of it. It's this really, really nice soft cotton. And then this is this amazing strip, it looked like this, from a Peruvian wall hanging that I found at an antique mall in Oregon City, Oregon. And so I made a few art pieces from these already. And when I turned it over, I really liked how the stitching looked and the colors. So that's what I did appliqué and attached it. And right now it still flips up. I'm trying to decide if I want to attach the bottom or leave it like that. So I did that page, and then I'm working on right now, this is just the same strip idea, very simple. This is from one of the vintage aprons that I cut up that looked like, you can see it a little bigger, this really cute, pretty fabric. And I cut a strip, it was one of the ties, and then I'm doing stitching like super, super tiny. I might not even be able to see it because I matched the thread to the color on the fabric, and I'm making like almost invisible stitches, but when I run my finger over them, they feel like braille, and that's really cool. And I'm sitting with that how braille is this tactile language, and how stitching for me is a tactile language. When I run my fingers over it, I'm feeling and processing and noticing, and there aren't words for that inner experience, but it is a language, and it is a form of communication. And I'm loving that. And it's got this just very subtle detail for my fingers like braille does. So that's really cool. So I'm just gonna keep going along, and you can see I've got my thread and my needle just tucked in there so I can come back in and keep going. And I'm just using some thread from my mom, who also loves to sew, just some kind of dark gray regular sewing thread. And my hankies, I am dreaming about. I had a vision. I'm gonna try making a like blanket that's like a wall hanging or a throw blanket. The vision was a quilt, but I don't want it to have like layers. I'm thinking I'm gonna play with piecing them somehow. I've never made a quilt or anything like that before. So that's an idea that's percolating. I have to let it sit a little while longer. And my idea right now is to do one with the florals, with the pretty floral handkerchiefs, because I've got a bunch. And then do one that's all these whites. Let me show you. Oh yeah, there is one more hanky that I hadn't had. Look at the pretty detail in that corner. Oh, it's so beautiful and delicate and dainty. I love it. So I have now a few white ones. Again, I love that detail. So I thought, oh, what if I made an all white wall hanging or blanket where these are pieced, hand stitched on, you know, overlapped and mixed in with like this doily, which I've never been a doily gal, and I found this on my second trip and it really spoke to me. So I'm thinking about laying that with the white hankies and then some of this lace. Also, lace is a new material for me that I'm feeling drawn to. So we'll see. That's really fun to be in this stage of the creative process and see what unfolds. So that's my show and tell. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it inspired you. I'd love to hear what you think, and if you have any treasures that you want to share that you found recently, send me a message and show me a picture. I'd love to see them. And I'm wishing you creative adventures this week, wherever they take you. Bye!